Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
Perfect. We are on the same page? Destination page?
5-star. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep. There you go.
Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching today.
That would have been good if you'd have done it like louder. Like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. What's that? Oh, that really? Well,
I like
you
it.
Yeah,
I like
no, that's cool. You can leave it up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we can hear it. There we go. Is that good?
Yeah.
No, I can't see. I took my glasses off.
What's up, Eric? Larry.
Is Lori there?
No, Larry.
Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Larry's the white guy. People think he's funny, but he's a real estate investor and he makes a lot of money. Clocking lots of dollars. We all got gold cruising in this Benz and we ain't got no place to go. Anyways, what's going on? Hey, Lewis. I need your address.
Hey, Lewis.
Good day, gentlemen.
But not here.
Not here. Don't do it there. DM
No.
it. DM it to me. Yes, centered. Is it centered?
It's center?
Is it
Not
no?
this way? Gotta be this way.
Everything needs to shift your way. Well, I mean, the whole thing needs to shift. No, this is fine.
Oh, my whole thing?
Look at my shoulder here. Look at your
Okay.
shoulder there. So
All right.
everything needs to shift.
Yeah.
You need to take a...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You go about 3 inches that way.
No, if I go
Okay,
this
you
way.
need
No,
to-
see?
All right. So I need to go like this. All right. So we need to move...
All right, that's it.
Is that
That's
better?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
We're not gonna move it.
All right. Let's get... All right. Centered. All right. Now we're centered.
That's it.
We have a car sitting over here. You guys
And
saw
I-
it earlier.
I don't wanna scratch it,
And we
so-
can't go back as normally as far as we do.
Right there.
Loud and clear. Checking in. Tesla
What's up,
S model
Johnny?
in full system. Good for you, Johnny. All right.
Tesla S model. Ooh.
Loud and clear.
What's up?
Wiley,
Huh?
Texas. So,
Hang on.
the girls. Oh, yeah. Yeah, girls are too skinny, so smoking all those drugs because the rock man's got them and their butts just drop. Posse's on Broadway.
Yeah, what's
Rolling.
up, Ada? How you doing? From Orlando, that's right.
Yeah, hanging out with him yesterday.
Yeah,
so if we
okay,
need
so
to-
how was you?
Oh, it was good.
Day
It was-
off.
How was Sunday?
Yeah, that's it.
Same
That's
as
what-
your
that's the
day.
only
Yeah,
thing you
exactly.
have.
Big weekend. Oh no, we had a good time. We
Yeah.
we got to we met up with them Saturday night.
Yep.
We went to Magic Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and then we on Sunday we all headed over to Hollywood Studios.
What's up, Mike?
We got to see Star Wars Land. We got to ride the Millennium Falcon ride.
Finally, huh?
Yeah, I mean I was in no hurry to do it, so it was kind of nice. So the funny part is in the ride, this is Disney Talk with Dean and Fernando. So in the ride, you have 6 seats, and you're in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. You have 2 drivers. Haley and Ada were drivers. Ada's wife was a gunman, and Ada's daughter was a gunman, but Ada's daughter's like 6 years old, and I was an engineer. So my job was essentially just to hit a button on the wall that blinked. Well, you have to fire guns because you have to blow stuff up.
Okay.
Well, his daughter was having no part of that. So... luckily, she wasn't freaking out, which was good.
Did Ada do it?
Oh yeah, Ada drove. He had a great time.
Christopher McNulty.
And so I was leaning forward like this, smacking the fire button, holding the chair, and then trying to hit my button. So I don't know what was going on. I never even looked out the window because I'm like, we gotta kill things. And she's yelling something. I'm like, you'll be fine. It's great.
Yeah.
Having a good time. Pinching her shoulder, making sure she's okay. And I'm just like. And flying, doing this, and trying not to smack my head on the seat. And,
Jason, what's up,
yeah,
buddy?
so it was funny.
Wow.
Opinions on the XW50 paired with the KTA 450 and the Alpine Type S components? That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I'm personally a bigger fan of the R-Types. I'm not a fan of S-Types. I've never liked the way S-Types have sounded. They're good. They're not bad. It's just my personal preference. If you have the money, step up to the R-Types. That amplifier does have the power to power them. We've done it. We do it on many of them. But yes. DM controller? Yes, let's just cut to it. So this is the 2-week countdown to Knowledge Fest, which means our sponsor for Knowledge Fest is AudioControl. AudioControl just released the AudioControl app. So if you have a processor or if you have the
D6-1200.
Yes, the D6-1200, the D
4.800.
No.
D?
No on the 4.800. That's
okay,
the only
so that's
product.
6.
So if you have the DM608, the DM810, or the D6-1200, and you have the Bluetooth dongle, you can now use the app to control the volume and let's just zoom in and your presets. Okay, so let's give it a second to focus.
All right.
Is it gonna focus? It might not focus because it might not like this.
It might not like it.
It might not like it.
No.
All right, but let's, because it's so dark. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's horrible now.
Is it horrible?
Oh, yeah.
What is going on?
Totally.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
so
wow.
bad.
That is so bad. What is happening there? All right, let's go back out. Wow. Okay. This was an epic fail.
Yeah. I look
Okay,
good.
you know, if we weren't so busy, we would have had time to actually play with this before we got it. So.
Well, I mean, you guys have the idea and have. This is the name of the
There we go.
the app.
Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I'll manually focus it. Stop moving it around. All right. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So here's the app.
Yeah.
You have your presets across the bottom. Go ahead and tap those.
There's 2. It doesn't do nothing.
Okay, because I'm not paired to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't the volume knob work?
The volume knob, yes.
And it makes that cool clicking noise. I love that noise. So you get tactile. Does the screen vibrate? The phone vibrates too. Yeah, so you get cool vibration there.
And right here in the top, it says status not connected or connected, whatever you are. And you got 4 presets, but because we are not connected.
So what we plan on doing is we're going to go ahead and hook it up to a DM processor here. Hopefully by Saturday's show, so that we can give you
the closer.
Full, huh?
Go closer.
Yeah, I'm going to. I was making sure that the focus was working because.
Very clicky. That's very clicky.
It is very clicky. Well, who doesn't like clicky?
I like clicky. I want to see they click, 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 click.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Anyway.
Oh, that's why. Why is it in that?
What's up from Norway?
All right. Well, okay. So, anyways.
Yeah.
So that's the new app that they have, and we'll leave that up for a little bit. Hey Dean, if I email, could you send me some tips about Disney for my family? Also, thank you for the advice about the Pioneer. Yeah, sure. We can try. I'll see what I can do. Zoom. What does it say? Zoom in closer.
Mm-hmm.
That's as close as we're gonna get for now.
Warner.
What are you reading?
This one? Life in Warner Brothers?
Georgia. Let's just call. No, that's
Robbins. Oh, okay. Warner Brothers.
Close
we're talking
enough.
about
Close
Disney
enough.
and all that stuff.
All right.
So,
I'll tell you
Georgia.
what, I'm gonna move this out of frame for right now. We'll come back to it later because the black on this is just gonna like.
Horrible.
No, you can keep that. I don't need it. That's not hooked up to anything. All right, so we'll just move this out of frame.
And you
The
break
remote
it.
is doing so well.
Hey guys, please can you tell me for my second vehicle I want to fit the Hertz DG 6.5 components in the orange color will get better in what? Orange color?
So the older ones had an orange cone. We'll get better mid bass from that or the new.
The Kicker CS.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we somebody asked that on the 5 Moons and 5-Star Day, and we had gone with I think the CS over the DGs. I think the CS are probably gonna. The new CS with the gold colored tweeter has a ton of mid bass. Very nice speaker. No one's gonna hear your whispering.
Okay, so why you and Steve me always twist you speaker wires?
Because it helps reduce noise, and you know, it helps reduce noise, and also it just makes it a lot easier to run. Factory systems, all the speaker wires are twisted in there. Mainly is to reduce noise. That's the whole purpose of doing it. But
all right. Hi. Please, can you tell me? There you go. Oh, that's what we talk about.
Yeah. But yeah, you should always twist your wires. Plus, it just it makes it easier to run. But every car nowadays, every car that's released now, they're twisting their wires to reduce noise. They do it on the data wires. They do it on the speaker wires. It's just
what's
nice.
up, Bill?
Lance Doss, the boss. What's
for
going
the
on?
guy of the Silverado that lives in Georgia, just please call Paul 727-216-6170 and just set an appointment with him. And he will get you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like Monday.
It is Monday.
It feels like Monday.
It is Monday. What do you think about
the three-way set that Steve put in?
Yeah.
Well, there again, talked about that in the 5 minutes. You gotta watch the 5 minutes. So I liked it because I don't know why we have never thought about this. We've always just put a 6.5 and a tweeter in that car. I mean, we put a 6 down there, we put a tweeter up top. Never thought to do a three-way set. So now that we've seen how he's done it, and there again, it's not that we couldn't have. It's just we never thought to do it because you get into this like in this car, it has a 6x9 in the front door. It's getting a 6.5 and a tweeter. It's always just a 6.5 and tweeter, 6.5 and tweeter. Now this has a smaller mount, whereas that Ford has a giant mount. It's rather huge. So we have so like here's the Ford mount, and it's gigantic. You can move this 6.5 down pretty far and have a lot of room, or set it off to the side as long as it's as long as the speaker's in behind the grill and the sound can come out. Why not?
Hey, Mom. All right. So hey guys, I've been watching you about 2 years ago. If you have any feedback about steering wheel controls not working properly in my Kia Forte, I have a Kenwood head unit.
Okay, so it all depends on what kind of So what are we running? Does it say running a Maestro steering wheel control? There again, something like that. Whether it's Maestro, Pack, Metra, all three of those companies have tech support. Maestro and Pack have phenomenal tech support. We had Ernie on the show. We've talked about we've talked about Maestro tech support. Call tech support. That's what they're there for. That's their job.
Maestro are one of the best tech supports.
If they have problems, they want to know because they have engineers that are there to fix that. So a lot of the times, a problem will occur, and you think, well, I can't be the only one that has that problem. And a lot of the times, you'd be surprised because. Like, we've called tech support 6-7 months into a product run, and we're like, hey, why is it doing this? And they're like, well, we've never had that before. And it's like, okay, well, we can't be the first. And they're like, well, yeah, you are. And there again, it comes down to somebody not actually testing something or people just saying that's how it is. So, by all means, call tech support.
All right, 2004 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner with a JBL audio system and the RDS.
Radio. Yeah, you guys recommend...
What head unit you guys recommend? What do you do to retain the JBL system or bypass?
What year is it? 04? 04, that JBL system's coming out. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. I mean, in 04, if you've never replaced any of the speakers, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be dry rotted and useless, so I would strongly recommend just going with a brand new everything. Pull it out, put a new radio in. RDS tuners, pretty much everything has an RDS tuner now. Get some of the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The question earlier about the Alpine ILX W650 with the back amplifier on it, you could do something like that. You could get a small 5-channel amplifier that'll fit where the JBL amplifier is. On that one, though, I think it's a 2-piece amplifier, so you're going to be putting it someplace other than that. But yeah, I would totally just take it all out and start new.
All right, question. I have a 2013 LaCrosse. I would like to do a stereo, and what will be good to replace the 3-inch factory center with an aftermarket mid-range driver or coaxial?
A lot of manufacturers are coming out with 3-inch. It's only taken about a year and a half to get up to speed on it. But Kicker makes their little 3.5-inch.
The KS.
The new KS that's coming out is going to be bi-ampable, so that'll be really nice. There's a lot of 2-inch high frequency mid range. Like Audio Frog has a 2-inch high frequency mid range. Morel has a 2-inch. Audison has a 2-inch. I don't think Focal does. I think that's the only speaker Focal doesn't make, and they don't make a 3.5.
No, they only
have
with the
so
3 ways.
Yeah, something like that up there, good to go.
All right.
Is the new Kicker CS better than the old? I have 5x7s, and can't find any in the KS. The new CS Gold series is definitely better than the old. The new KS that are coming out here in the next month or two, you'll have 5x7 components back in the line, so you'll have 5x7 KS also. So those will be coming out here shortly.
Is there any difference between using a -10 dB test track and DD1 to set the gains, or using the DD1 Plus?
No, -10 dB is -10 dB. It doesn't matter if you're using a DD1 or a DD1 Plus, you're still at -10. The difference between a DD1 and a DD1 Plus is a DD1 Plus gives you the ability to pick any one of those. So if you want to go like -6 dB, you could do -6 as opposed to just the predetermined -5, -10 that is on the disc for the DD1. So it just gives you a lot more. SR should be here by end of next week. Awesome. So the new Audison SR series amplifiers that are tiny, compact, and they finally have a small 1,000-watt one that'll work great with the Prima 8.1, 9.1. What is it? 8.9 bit, or the Forza. Oof. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. 2018 Mercedes Sprinter passenger van. Passenger van. What head units should I start looking at? A plus upgrading speaker. I know I need a 13 speaker the way Mercedes count.
Yeah, there's a lot of speakers in that. I really haven't looked at that one yet. I know there's a couple guys that I've seen have played with it. Honestly, I don't know yet. If we sat down, we could probably figure it all out. It just hasn't been on my radar of cars to get involved in yet. We don't do a lot of those.
We don't do a lot of those. We have them.
But, as far as trying to find parts for it, like always, MetroOnline.com, pack-audio.com. I don't think they're going to have... I think MetroOnline.com is the company that has that. You might also want to check NavTV.com. They also make a lot of parts for Mercedes and stuff like that.
How you guys see the
quarter-size mini subwoofers? From who? Who's mini subwoofers? Yo, I found your light. Oh, thank God, Corey. That's awesome. He found the light. Cool.
That is so nice.
Hi guys, what do you think of the Hertz DSK or DCX in a 2016 Ford Alpine U? What would you recommend? The KTP 455. So the 455U, I'm not a big fan of that anymore because they have the new one that goes on the back of the ILXW 650. I don't know what the model number is because I don't like study those, but it's basically the upgrade for the 455U, and it sounds 100 times better, and it can be mounted just like a 455U. That amp doesn't have to specifically be mounted onto the back of a radio. If you search our Alpine playlist, we have a full review of the amplifier that we did, so definitely check that out. Recommended head units for 2012 Avalanche. Any doubled in you want will fit in a 2012 Avalanche. Although I've seen some crazy stuff. I would recommend a short chassis radio, meaning the shorter ones without the CD drive. If you don't need CD, go short chassis. So that, like a Kenwood Exelon 7706 goes really nice. Again, the Alpine we're talking about goes really nice. If you decide to go deep, you are going to have to do a little bit of cutting on the back side of it, just so that the wires don't all get smashed into the back of the dash. But other than that, anything you want.
Are you excited about the Flax update? The new whole line. That's the redesign,
Yeah. I mean, anytime a speaker manufacturer comes out with a new set of speakers, it's always kind of nice. Obviously, I was really excited when Morel introduced their new speakers this year. the Flax being as popular as they are, it was kind of cool that they have the new tweeter that they're coming out with, because as always, the tweeter seems to be the thing that sells the speaker. So it'll be interesting. You know, we'll probably get to, hopefully we'll get to hear them next week.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Victor?
So if we do, you know, that's the nice thing about Knowledge Fest, is that, you know, we're going to take you guys onto the show floor. So thanks to AudioControl for bringing us out, or for bringing us out there.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to do 2 show floor tours. So all you guys that are always like, oh, I wish I could go to Knowledge Fest, I wish I could go to Knowledge Fest. Really, the best part of Knowledge Fest is the show floor. The classes are great, don't get me wrong. We're going to be busy as could be teaching classes and running around and doing all that fun stuff, so we're really super excited about that. But the show floor is where all the fun happens, because that's where all the cool new stuff is, and that's where you get to learn stuff and see everything. So we're going to be doing 2 showroom floors, so show floor tours. So on the first day, Friday, which we got to get the times, all that, it's going to be a blast. Are you going to go? I mean, we're still up in the air. Remember, but I'm hopefully Ada's going to be there. I'm really hoping that it works out for him. Anyways, so we're going to do half of the tour is going to be on Friday, and the other half is going to be on Saturday. That way we can slow it down. And if you guys have ever seen them before, you know, we run around and we don't get a lot of time because we only get to do it for an hour, because then we got to get back to the booth. But so I want to do is go nice and slow and take our time and show you guys. And then, yeah, are you taking any classes? If we have time, I mean, that's kind of the idea, is to go and take classes. There's several that we want to take, but we're also teaching several classes, so obviously you can't do a class while you're teaching a class. But we will be in all 3 of the audio controls. Fernando's doing one in Spanish, and then we'll be there in the English ones, just to be like, hey, I have an older 363. Should I bother using it or get something newer? If you understand how to use the 360.3 and you're familiar with the software, it is a perfectly viable DSP to use. It does everything you can need it to do. A lot of people I was never a fan of it, so I just kind of stayed away from it as much as possible. Some guys love that thing, a lot of guys don't. But there again, if you understand it and you know how to use it, there's no reason to try something different. It'll do everything you need it to do. Did we plan on a show? Yeah, didn't plan on a show. What did he say? Go back. What
He said that you plan a show.
Didn't we plan a show? We totally planned a show. So Thursday, we're going to be doing a show live. We just don't know where we're going to do it yet, because that's another thing that's happened in the past week, and why I was like kind of like not wanting to tell people where we're going to be. We're definitely going to the Peterson. So if any of you guys are planning on meeting us at the Peterson, you know, we're going to be there from like 10 to 2 in LA. After that, though, we don't know where we're going to be, because we got kicked out of our hotel already. So we don't know what hotel we're
haven't done nothing, and we already kicked out.
Yeah, we already kicked out. So we don't know where we're going to be. So we're the last minute, we're going to let you guys know. So probably next week, once we're like it's an imminent, we're like we'll let you know exactly where it's going to be.
Apparently they overbook it, so
so we'll see. You're going to be in Dallas again this year? I've always thought, yes, we will be in Dallas. We're totally going to Dallas. We're actually going to all the Knowledge Fest this year, and we also plan to hit SEMA. So there'll be plenty of time. But the next of course, the next one is for March. We're going to be in Indianapolis. So anyone that's in Indy, we'll be there.
Yeah.
I agree with it. ADA 363 is not my favorite. It's really not anybody's favorite. But there again, if you understand it, set them on fire. Yeah, I was just trying to think of a little more politically correct way to say that. Are you going to see more product unboxings? I missed those. Yes. Pardon me. Right now we're in that weird time frame where new products are coming out and old products are going away, and manufacturers are trying to figure out when they're going to be shipping us this stuff. But yes, we're going to be doing a lot of product unboxings. The problem we ran into is that we started doing like the lab where we would unbox it and then we'd put it in Fernando's car. And so naturally, when we come up with ideas like that, it automatically makes things more difficult. So we're going to try to get back to more basic style unboxings where we just unbox it, show you all the pieces, and then, of course, if time permits or if that product requires it, then we'll put it in. But we're going to be doing more radio unboxings and fun stuff like that. So can we make an app to control ADA? I mean, yeah. I mean, we both know its weak points. I mean, so, but no, probably not.
Out of control.
What did it say about Maestro Tech Support? Maestro Tech Support was a big help. Thank you for the advice. Perfect.
Yep.
I love those guys. And it's funny, your name is Justin, because the guy we always talk to's name is Justin. Yeah. And he's awesome. So,
all right. 2019 Nissan Titan. And I ordered the Focal 6x9 component set for the front and Focal glasses for the rears. What do you think about the Rockford Fosgate Punch B100? 1005 to push them. I
that's
also
a big
have the shallow mount sub.
Yeah, that's plenty of power. That'll do it. It's big. It's powerful. Yeah, I like that amp. We don't do a lot of those amps because most of the time we're tight for space. So we always just end up going with the T series. But the P definitely has a bigger feel to it than the Power. The Power always kind of leaves me a little less like wanting, whereas the Punch doesn't. So definitely the Punch is the way to go.
What is a good way to add a subwoofer to Hellcat Challenger?
With premium sound, Maestro or pack? So that's a great question in the sense that you're going to have to go pack, and let me explain why. So a Maestro is a plug-and-play replacement, meaning that if you have if you have a factory radio and you have the factory Alpine, Beats by Dre, Infinity, whatever system in the car, and you want to add a subwoofer. Well, the way AR works is AR is designed for you to pull that factory amplifier out, plug in the AR, plug in the DSR1 or whatever corresponding piece, like a Bit Nove now works, and then all amplifiers, all new speakers. An Amp Pro is designed to where you can just pull out the radio, plug it in. It's a T-harness that gives you 6-channel preamp output. So, in your case, if you just want to add a subwoofer, the Amp Pro is the way to go because that'll allow you to keep the rest of your system playing the way you want and then just add a sub. Now, if the future goes, so let's say next year you decide you want to replace your mids and highs, no problem. PAC makes a T-harness that allows you to unplug your speaker wires from your amp, plug them in, and then you have all your speaker wires there, and you still have your 6 RC outputs. So if you just want to do, let's say, a front stage, you can do a front stage. If you just want to add whatever. So if you just want to do like a front stage and a sub, but keep everything else factory, you can do that with an Amp Pro. So 2 different schools of thought get you to the same outcome, but different. Hope that helps.
All right. 80 PRS for a 3-way active or laser head unit with an audio control amp and bandpass mid crossover.
So as far as the 3-way active crossover, most of the Pioneer radios have network mode. So if you go into the owner's manual for any of them and type in network mode, boom, you have that 3-way passive crossover. I think every one of their... Everything with NEX has it now, and some of the, like the 8800 has it. Christian was in last week and bought a PRS-80 because he just loves the PRS-80 and he feels like it's the best Pioneer single-din Christian.
Oh.
He feels like it's the best single-din to have.
Okay.
So there again, PRS-80, if you're a lover, keep it. Go with that. If you want a video head unit, all the NEX video head units have that feature built into it now. It's called network mode. So when you're setting it up, it asks for network or standard.
All right, since you can keep the speakers with Maestro as long as you have an amp channel to drive them.
Well, yeah, but you're pulling out the factory amplifier, so your factory amplifier is gone because you're plugging in. So you'd have to have an active. You'd have to have a multi-channel amplifier if you're just going to add a subwoofer. You can't.
All right, I have a 2016 Kia Optima. I want to know if I could run an LC2i and a PAC LP6 for.
I mean,
at that point,
what
I mean,
I have PAC.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I'm confused. I mean,
so it has the premium sound system.
Does it have the premium sound system? What would you? PAC doesn't make an LP6 for. They make LP7. They make an LP5.
LP4.
But I wouldn't do. I wouldn't go with the Mac Daddy
LC2i.
LC2i.
Just go for the LC7i.
Yeah, or an LC6i.
Oh, LC6i.
Maybe. Well, I mean, if you're trying to fix, I'd need to know more. I need to know more. I don't think that. I think something typed wrong. I wish you guys were in Michigan. You're the only one. Have you played with the 15 to 20 Mustangs? Yes, many of them. We just did 2 last week, as a matter of fact.
It's crazy. Mustangs and Camaros.
So one nice thing about a Mustang, as far as radios go, Depending on what year you're dealing with, obviously Maestro makes a dash kit for one, and then no one makes a dash kit for the other. If it has the premium sound system in it, then you can get the AR with the DSR1 harness for it and just go simple there. There's a lot of options.
All right, I have $1,000. What will be the best?
Take your hand away.
No, I don't have it in my.
No, you put your
No.
Yeah, we add the table and then we just get lazy. Go ahead.
That's fine. I
have
the Pioneer C Series or the Mille Pros. Kenwood's 9904S or the XR unit. Looking for SQ improvement. Okay, so $1,000 for C Series. Hertz Mille Pro. I go for the Mille Pro.
Yeah.
Definitely. Upgrade the Kenwood 9904S
to the new one.
To the XR unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Mille Pros are definitely way better than a Pioneer Z Series. The Z Series have a really obnoxious tweeter that I am not a fan of. I mean, we sell a lot of them just because of the tweeter and how bright it is. So if you want a super bright tweeter,
what's that, Joe?
Hey, but if you want something a little bit more, nice and musical sounding, I would definitely go with the Hertz Mille Pro.
Texas.
And then, yeah, going from a 994 to the new 9906, big improvement. Big improvement there.
All right, Halo 9, F259, or the new Pioneer DMH WT600NEX Limited.
Honestly, I have no idea. The Pioneers aren't out yet, so we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know what they're going to look like. We don't know how they're going to feel. The Alpine is really nice. It's got, as far as that goes, it's got that big metal bracket that mounts it all in place. So until we get that Pioneer in our hands, I don't know.
All right, Dean, I have a Pioneer GM D9705. I want to run a 3-way channel. I have the D series component 6x9s in the front. On the front doors, I want to run left and right mono. Can they handle the power?
Yes.
I have the D series and 12-inch.
So what basically what wants to do is take the 5-channel amplifier and turn it into a 3-channel amplifier and run it on a D series component 6x9s. Yeah, as long as you keep the crossover where it's supposed to go, and then as long as you set the gains properly, you're going to have the voltage match left to right, so that figure out which one is the not louder channel, but the loudest channel before clip. Figure out which channel is the loudest one before you get distortion, and then match that other side to that one, because there's always going to be a little bit of variation. So you want to go to that. Yeah, they'll handle it fine. It's not the power that's killing the speakers. It's the volume and then the distortion that you're adding to them. Pioneer tweeters, we've had a lot of guys blow up Pioneer tweeters just because they're trying to get more out of them than they're capable of doing. The D series tweeter is not a bright tweeter. It's very mellow sounding, very lackluster. It's not in your face. It's very, very quiet.
Thank you, Jason.
To give you an idea, the Z series that we were just talking about, honestly, it's about 4 times louder than that speaker. So that 6x9 sounds very subdued.
Have you ever seen a stock stereo that you won't recommend upgrading?
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
one?
I mean, most of the cars that come in now that are brand new, there's no reason to replace the stock stereo.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. There's this. Why would we replace the radio on this? It's got CarPlay. It's an 8-inch touchscreen. I mean, we can integrate into it. We're putting the D4.800, so we've got a DSP. We can pretty much do anything we want with that. Why would you? And it looks really nice in the dash, so the alternative to it really doesn't. So why would we want to take it out and replace it? Just like a Ford F-150, even though it doesn't have a Bang & Olufsen or a Sony system, it's still got that gorgeous 8-inch screen in the dash. There's no reason to take that out. We're not going to benefit that much from it. And as long as we have the capability of doing equalization, we can get anything we want. Melt your face off tweeters, exactly, McNulty. Just like it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ah, yeah.
All right. For the Kia, he said it's not amplified system. I went to my local shop and I want to.
They gave me
an AudioControl LC2i.
Okay.
For my subwoofers and a pack LP64 for my door speakers.
Okay, hang on. So there again, I get what you're saying, and it's kind of silly because if you have the basic radio, it's only going to have 4 channels of audio out. So if you don't need balance and fader, which a lot of the times you don't, an LC2I, which is right here.
Hey, Nelson.
Made by AudioControl, our sponsor of Knowledge Fest. So this is the LC2I right here. All right, so it has 2 channels of input right here. Boom, 2 channels left and right. Put them into here. So you're going to take your front left and right and put them into this. Then you'll notice this has 4 RC outputs. These 4 RC outputs, on the top it says main, and on the bottom it says sub. Main is a full frequency output. You can plug your highs amplifier directly into this. Boom, right, done deal. And then you plug your sub amplifier into this. You can use these adjustments here to do your bass roll off and match your gains and whatnot. And that's it. This is all you need. This will do everything for you. Now, if you have a 4-channel amp, most 4-channel amps are going to have a 4-channel, 2-channel switch on them, meaning you can just feed it 2 RCAs and it'll automatically occupy the other 2 RCAs internally. There again, if you don't need fader. If you need fader, then yeah, you're going to need another like LP7-2, not a 4, or an LC5-2. Or you could just get an LC7I to do everything with it, because that'll give you all the same things. But if you don't need fader, now, there again, if your amp doesn't have a 2-channel, 4-channel switch on it, you could just use a set of Y-jacks out of this and go into all 4 channels in the amplifier. Nobody uses fader. And if you're worried like the rears are too loud, you just gain those down. But this is really all you need to do what you're trying to do. Take the other thing back and say, I don't know what you guys are thinking, I don't need it. This will do everything, and it'll do it well. And the thing is like, nothing against an LP6 or an LP5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever you got there, this is going to sound way better, because this does it better than just the transformers that the pack uses. Pack's fine, but this is much cleaner and does it very well. Okay.
That's right. Okay.
What's going on? That's why I turn the Z's down with my... yeah, don't need my tweeters melting, right? Dude, I was shocked at how bright those tweeters are. Like, so on our board
we have... See you there, Jeff.
We have, oh, cool. We have the Z series components, we have a D series components. And what I do is I walk people over. Hey, Jen!
Hey, Jen.
I walk people over and I play them and I go, do you like this sound or do you like this sound? Because they're so contrasty between the two. It's like, I like the top one, I walk them over and I show them a Focal with a big metal tweeter. If they like the bottom one, I walk them over and I show them either an Alpine Z type, or I show them a Milli, or I show them a Morel. Because those are how that goes. If they really like that tweeter, and like I show them the other ones, and they go, no, I like that, and then we walk back and I sell them a Z-Series. But I use those to describe what a metal tweeter does as opposed to a soft dome tweeter, cloth tweeter does, because they are night and day.
Alright, so how do you feel about the stealth box with the 2JL10s?
And the Dodge Mega Cab.
W6 and the Mega Cab with the XD1200 will fill the cab with enough bass. Upgrade my own 4-door speakers with vocals.
So we've never done, like, we're not a JL dealer, so we've never really done that.
Everybody seems like they're happy with that.
Jason does, so Fro, if he's still in here, could comment on that one, because I'm sure he's ran into that scenario at least once or twice. Typically what we do is we put big box, or a box with 2 10s or 4 10s or whatever the customer wants back there. Box. So no, this is behind the seat. This is like a wedge box. That was that one where we did the Mega Cab where we did those ones with those 2 giant horns in them. The guy wanted horns. Remember that one? And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And they're like, oh, I just want horns.
Yeah. Why not?
How would you? Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna say, how do you rate the T1 sub versus the Kicker L7 of the same size, 750 watts? I never see you guys talk about the T1. Well, funny you should ask. Today was a wonderful day for Fernando. We actually talked about the T1 sub because Fernando has a heartthrob for the T1 sub.
This is my sub, man.
So this is a T110, and Sajeki dropped this off today. He brought this over for Fernando, and he goes, hey, I heard you were complaining how you wanted a 10-inch subwoofer, a T1. I happen to have one sitting in my garage. It's yours, buddy. Have fun. So there you go. T1 versus an L7.
All the way.
I will use Rockford's I will use Kicker's description here in the sense that Kicker says a square sub, It has more surface area, therefore it's going to produce more air. Whatever, you know, square, round, take your pick. If you're a Rockford fan, this is a beast. There's no question about it. This is a monster. It's very heavy. It's got a, it's awesome.
It
you
is
know,
awesome. I like it.
I like the fact I like this right here on it when you need to do.
Is that a pressure cooker?
I know, right?
Yeah.
So when you have to switch the ohm load, you just pull this out right here and you flip it. Now, well, the cool thing that most people don't know about this guy right here. This is the cool thing. These are fuses. They put fuses in their woofers for you. So this is, what is this?
10?
I think it's a 10 because it's red. So this is a 10 amp. Hold on, let's pull the top off here. Can I pull the top off? It's not going to come off. I don't want to break it.
No.
But anyways, yeah, it has 2 fuses in it. So as you flip it, so when people come in and these don't work, it's usually something simple. But if you put it up, it's 2 ohm. And if you put it down, right, 2 ohm down and then 8 ohm up, there you go. So awesome little guy. So I like that feature. But yeah, so there you go. T1, we've talked about it. They are fuses? Yeah. Yeah, those are fuses. Oh, Lance, crockpot. More like crackpot. But
that's a base pot.
Yeah. Now, in the box, they actually get, when you buy it, they have 2 of those. One is the fuses that are in it, and then they give you another in case you blow those, which just has like 20 or 30 amp fuses in them. Oof. So that way you make sure to blow the woofer and not blow up the fuses, because you know that's cheaper. But yeah, and these you can take these apart and replace the fuses. I just don't want to do it.
All right. Components.
Not a lot of mid bass on that one. The new gold ones sound better. So they come with grills too. Yes, they do. Yep. We did not get the grill.
It's okay.
Unfortunately, he was like, "I'm sorry, bro. I don't have the grill." Oh, I take it back. Take it back.
I don't want it. If
it doesn't have the grill, I don't want it. Exactly. I don't want it. Nope. Whatever. Dude, we got a laser. We'll do whatever we want. The kicker is a very good woofer. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Lance. That hurt, I'm sure. No. Hey, we were all something before we were something, right? So, yeah. Hey, just started installing DSR1 today. Did the setup and flash according to your videos? Having Bluetooth issues? Any suggestion? Did you do both of the iData flashes? Because there's 2 of them. Most of the time when you have... so when you plug it into the iData software... Hold on. Let me pull that up here. Because sometimes people... forget this step because it seems like, why do I have to do 2 things here? Flash module. That's no. Right. Quit. Demo mode. What do I want to do?
The coolest thing made on the laser. What would be the coolest thing that we make on the laser?
I don't know. So when you're on the DSR1, whoa, slow down, Kelly. When you're on the DSR1, which you can't really see. If you scroll down to the second green box, that's the one you need to flash to fix the Bluetooth. So if you didn't do that one, it's called the BLEARDC. Yeah, whatever. That's the one that has to be done for Bluetooth issues. Coolest thing we've ever made on the girl.
Emblem and vehicle in the Rockford update.
So yeah, if you skipped past that one and just did flash by vehicle, then you didn't update the Bluetooth. Go back and do that. So what do you think is the coolest thing we've made on the laser so far? I mean, I don't know. I like everything we've done. Like I thought the Jeff thing was fun.
The Jeff thing was fun.
I just like designing stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't really care what I'm doing. Every little piece I take out, I just sit there and go, "This is so cool."
Yeah.
The coolest thing they made was the 5-star Christmas ornament. Those were pretty cool. Driven keychains on the lasers are cool. They are cool.
There you go. Yeah.
They are cool.
Yeah.
The snowflake was cool. The Jeff sign was cool. Haley's little Christmas thing was cool. Honestly,
I think the new piece that we just make is going to be the surprise.
Oh,
yes, yeah. That will be the coolest
cool. We haven't showed you guys that
not yet, but we're going to show you.
No, that was cool because that was a lot of little pieces.
I'm going to take a picture when we come back. That will be there. Yeah.
But, you know, so the one, honestly, I liked...
Oh, dude, I still have it. It's right there on my...
Yeah, grab it.
Hang on.
So every day we get to use it. It's like the new fun thing that we get to play with.
Nissan?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, something as simple as this. Like, this was just a little Nissan USB cigarette lighter adapter thing that we did. That was cool. This was McNulty was cutting these things out. This is Kingpin University. Then we back painted it. Yeah. Had a lot of fun there.
I know it's backwards probably.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. Actually, it might be the right way there.
No, you can see it.
Oh no, it's backwards there.
It's still backwards. Yeah. But yeah, I painted the colors that I have in here. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like the vehicle logo you put on the speaker mount. Yeah, I like that. Everything we did in the Raptor.
Yes.
The Raptor was fun.
The Raptor was fun.
Honestly, the radio bracket that you guys just watched us make was really cool. Where's that?
That one is cool, yeah. It's over there.
Did I kill it?
No, it's right there. Why did we kill it?
I don't know, because I didn't put it away. So, like, I really enjoy... Because, like, we used to have to build a lot of these... you know, many years ago before everyone was making dash kits. So to be able to just do this on a laser was like, man, this is what we dreamed about. So I enjoyed doing this a lot. This was fun. But yeah, anytime we get to do anything, like, what did we do the other day? This was simple. So like this little guy right here, this is the simplest thing ever that you could possibly imagine. There's nothing special about this. However, what this allowed us to do and what this is this takes, these big holes are a factory Camaro, and then these little holes allowed us to put Milli Pros in the rear where the factory Camaro speaker was. So
grab the DNF engraver that we did.
The big thing?
Yes. See, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one.
This is cool.
This is pretty cool. Look at that.
So, like, that was like when we were just playing around when we first got it, trying to figure out what we could do with it.
That's right.
But this allowed us to, this was just something simple, but it was very clean and very simple so that we could mount the speaker into the factory location on the Camaro.
I like this one.
We were trying to make luggage tags, but we made do not disturb door hangers instead.
We're kind of busy, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Like this was for a, like this little piece here, this was for a backup camera mount to make it look like a factory room.
I like Jeff Smith, that's right, yeah.
No, so like, yeah, here's the start of the Prelude dash bezel here. What we're going to do is we're actually going to, well, I shouldn't talk about it because it's...
don't do it.
But this is the start to that. So this is old school, build. So we got a single DIN here. We got the EQ going to go here. We're going to, of course, have some fun. This I just mocked up real quick just to get spacing right. And that's the neat thing about it is we can do stuff like that. So, and then the Mustang.
Yeah, and the Mustang, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so this was for a Mustang GT, where this whole fun thing, we put the little Mustang logo on it, we put that up.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, enough with laser talk. Pew, pew. I need
one
one of
those. You need a
those.
key change.
Oh, yeah, you need one of the keychains. Oh, yeah, we gotta make some more of those. We should just sell her, we should send her this one. She can just hang it from her laptop. But anyways, are you still using the router method then? So we don't use the router. Okay, so a lot of the times what happens is we'll have to make something like that piece that we just showed you for the Camaro. That piece was the template for the router. So we needed to make, those needed to be 1/2 inch thick. So we lasered it out, got all the hole pattern, got everything right. So then we just taped it on there, we routed it out, drilled all the holes where they needed to be, and then we could just put it into the car and it was good to go. So a lot of the times that's what it's used for, is to just make sure we have the most awesome template ever. But
hey,
yeah,
we can be millionaires with that flea market business, man. Definitely. Says DNF luggage tags. Yeah.
Yep. We actually have the luggage place in the mall here. We're better than the flea market. We got in the mall. That's where the old Fredericks of Hollywood used
upgraded.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we should put this on. I'm not gonna. I can just see this flopping around and getting all ripped off. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Anyways.
Best door speakers for 2013 Volkswagen Jetta. Ooh.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
So
that's a pain.
Pack makes something for the Jetta.
Pack makes
yes. The problem of that is the hole is too small. Depends on what kind of speakers are you going to install. Sometimes they don't fit.
Yeah.
So
well, also it depends on what Jetta it is, though. Is it the 3-way set? Yeah, but is it the 3-way Jetta? Does it have, what stereo does it have in it? So, I mean, if it's just the one in the bottom corner, then it's 6.5 tweeter. Rock on.
Oh, look at that. I will send you this.
Oh.
Jen, yeah. I will call you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll call her tomorrow. All right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if anyone would have it.
That would be Jen. Yeah, that's right.
And by when you say you'll send it to her, you mean I'll send it to her.
Well, yes. You know, but
it's okay. I want to build a center console sub box for my F250, which is a better sub, firing forward, back seat, or two subs firing forward, back. Okay, so it's all probably JLW6.
Yeah.
So I've built a couple different center console boxes over the years. I was always a big fan of down firing the woofer towards the floor, and I've also fired it back. I've never fired it up, because there again, I don't want to fire a woofer up where somebody might put their arm, and also it typically doesn't sound good. I want to reflect off the floor. So I would say either down or back would be my thoughts.
Okay.
Awesome job on the Vosser, really gave me good ideas and information. Man, we did that like 2 years ago. That's funny that one's still in rotation. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was like, yeah, that guy drove here from Dallas. That guy's an OG for sure. Because
it's like funny because he ran a Velociter in here.
Oh yeah,
same Velociter.
Yeah,
different color.
Was funny.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
But that was a good video. I enjoyed doing that. Yeah.
Never seen Fernando smile so much. Have him give stuff more often.
That's it, man.
Trust me, it's real easy to get him to smile. You just walk in and go, "Hey, guess what? Here you go." Ooh,
it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, what did Blue say for the Jet? It has bows. Ooh. Yeah. Have fun with that one. Same as the install. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 4 inches. Oof.
Ooh. BMW spacers. I have. Oh yeah, I have the bows with the 4. Okay. So I mean, the last one we did that had the 3-way set in the door. That had the tweeter, the 4, and the big 6-inch woofer. We actually did the 3-way flax series in there, and it was a real pain because we had to mount the crossover where the factory one was. We had to do it was a lot of struggle. We used a lot of plastic that day to get that to fit.
Yeah.
But it sounded great when we were done. We put a ton of power on it. We put we bridged the D6-1200 to 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. So it was getting tons of juice. Boss reminds me of Bose. Yeah, I need a sub in my RAM. What you think about 4/8 front firing, or should I go 6.5s?
4/8.
I mean, personally, I would go with a bigger sub because I like bigger subs. I'm assuming
a bit more subs.
Well, no, well 6.6s. I mean, you can do 6.6s.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, why not?
Bobby Gailey, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he makes one for the RAM, because the RAM, I mean, I'm assuming it's the new RAM, you know, which everyone is just making those cool boxes to go around the things. But what's your thoughts on EMF video on the DSR1? I haven't seen his video on the DD1. Oh, yeah, I have seen the video on the DD1. I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
All right, so it's a 2006?
2006 VW Golf.
Plays a 2006 stereo and speakers with the
7-inch.
Excellent 7-inch. Yeah.
But they need way more power. Well, okay, so if you got an 801, which is the 5-channel amplifier, 801.5, on the 7-inch, why not get a... Here's a thought. Buy a 5-channel amp. You get an 801.5. You decide one day you want more power all the way around. Okay, you have 2 options. One, take the 801.5, bridge it to the front and the 6, and leave the sub the way it is, and pick up the 401.4, which is the 4-channel, bridge that to the 2 rears. Or buy another 5-channel, bridge it to the front, bridge it to the rear, and get a second sub.
Right.
So now you have 2 subs, two 5-channels. So there are options to make more power. You know,
it's
and make it louder
too.
Well, and a 404, dude, the 404 is cheap. I mean, reasonably priced. You know. Nope, it's gonna be all custom by me. There you go, man. Way to stay out of SMG and EMS drama. Oh, hey, man, that's not on me, man. He didn't call me out. I don't want no part of it. I don't typically get involved in any of that stuff. I mean, even in industry stuff, I'm not you know, it's not our thing. We do what we do. They do what they do. Stay in your own lane. Have fun with it. You know, whatever. That's all good. Nothing but love. Peace and love, bro. Peace and love.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, guys. Just got a 16 Camaro 2 SS. Should I do the Focal KS3s or JLC7s up front? Three-way gonna run a DSP, etc., 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 and a custom box for a 12. I would go K2s. That it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean that's not even a thought. I'm going K2s.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, K2s all the way. Yeah. Or KX3s as they're called.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
three-way
Focals.
Focals.
Definitely go Focals. Any updates to fix the door chimes in the 2019 F-150? As far as resistance goes, no. None whatsoever. Yeah, haven't had, no. Do you guys install pack LP74s? I've seen a lot of LP72s reviews. No, if we need an LP74, we're going DSP. The other thing too is you got to keep in mind that a lot of the newer amplifiers have pretty decent high-level to low-level adapters built into them. So, you know, if we know we have to go high-level to low-level, we're going to try to sell either an amplifier that has a DSP in it or an amplifier that has a better high-level to low-level adapter already built into it so that I don't have to sell an LP74.
Like the AudioControl.
So, for example, one of my favorite amps to sell is either the L, C, or the D 4.800 or the Rockford Mini T series amplifiers, because those amplifiers, they could just go into things and I don't have to worry about that. So you can get a nice amplifier that has like 10 volts of input on it. JL makes them, of course. Everyone's starting to make those. Rockford, Kicker, all the KS series, all the new CS series amplifiers. They all take like 10 to 15 volts of input. AudioControl will take like 20 volts of input now, so, or 40, something like that. I think it's 20. So there's really limited use for the LP74. So I try to avoid it. And there again, if I'm going to have to use one, and like that's all, it's like, no, I already have my amps. No, I wanted this. I'm going with LP7. I'm going with an LC
Thank you, Jason.
7i or this guy. What we call, okay, to fry itself. I don't know, Mike. I know, I meant to call you earlier today. I'm sorry, I got behind and I didn't call you. So I will definitely call you tomorrow and we can figure. There again, an amplifier frying itself is, there's a lot of things that can cause that. Sometimes if the woofer goes dead, it can backfeed in the amplifier, or there's any number of things that can cause an amplifier to just up and die. Yeah, it doesn't happen all that often, but it does. Think of it like this. There's all these little tiny things inside the amplifier, and all it takes is one of them to be bad, or one of them to not be up to spec, or one of them to spec'd out but then decided that it didn't want to, and it pops, the whole amplifier's dead. Just like that, just gone. It's over. Step out in front of a bus. So, yeah, these things happen. I mean, everything has a number on it when it's not going to work. But yeah. So no problem. It just, there again, it's amplifiers work, and then one day they don't. That's why they give you warranties. That's kind of nice about that. Just like one day you're getting up and you hop into your helicopter to go to work in the morning, and then you don't.
That's sad.
It's very sad, but it happens. And amplifiers are no difference. How hard is it to swap out? It's actually quite simple. So we're good there, because it just unplugs and unscrews. So there's like unplug the RCAs, 2 screws for subwoofer, 3 screws for that, and you're out. So, and then because it's an LC8 1.800, as far as you just match the dials.
And just get a jacket, because if that's 25 degrees there,
you need a garage, man. You need a garage with a heater. How do you guys feel about the new Exelon floating screen? Probably about the way I feel about all the floating screens. I'll be the first one to admit I'm not the biggest fan. I put it right there with Baby Yoda. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
It was cute. Only one,
I'm the only one that doesn't like Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Haley doesn't like him either. We're the only two that don't like Baby Yoda. We actually talk about that in the show that's going to be, tomorrow. Because I was so tired of seeing everyone with Baby Yoda shirts on. Yeah. I was like, I hate Baby Yoda. I feel it totally destroyed the Mandalorian.
So you need a shirt that says I hate Baby Yoda.
I'm going to get, yes, totally.
Okay.
I feel it totally destroyed the Mandalorian. Only because Mandalorian bounty hunter, cool, badass, walking around with a stuffed Baby Yoda. Ugh. Come on, man. Really? But anyways, no, I don't totally hate floating screens. They're not for me.
I want to see one in person. Yeah, you're probably gonna see.
I'm
better
so over Baby Yoda.
First before us.
Yeah, exactly, Jason. Oh, he will definitely see one before us first because he's on the other coast, so they always get everything first. They're cool.
They are. Yeah.
But no, we still got a couple months before that's actually gonna ship. Like, we don't even know like much about it yet, other than what we've seen. Don't show him a floating Baby Yoda. That was good. What are you doing on the Rockford mini amps? They say 4-gauge, but you could put a 4-gauge in there if you wanted. The only amp that actually says 4-gauge is the 5-channel. All the other ones are clearly 8-gauge, and they say 8-gauge in there. We have always run 8-gauge to all the amplifiers, even the 5-channel for that matter, and we have not had one issue yet. No. The biggest complaint about the Mini T's is they get hot, and that is, yes, they get hot. They don't have a full, big-ass heatsink like all the other amplifiers do because they're mini. But they're designed to be put in really crappy locations, doing really bad jobs, you know, and they work great.
Yeah,
so,
we never have a problem with that.
Yeah, with the amount of them we sell, I would stand 100% behind a Mini T Power Series amplifier. Awesome.
All right, when I'm running the 608, when I turn the Toslink,
my system gets louder.
Head unit Stinger 8.
All right, hold on. When I'm running the 608, I turn off the Toslink, my system gets louder, and then when I go back on, it's lower. My head unit is a Stinger. Should I leave it? Okay, so so remember, the Toslink is a digital output, so there's no volume coming out of a Toslink output. It's ones and zeros. There's no volume control for it. So it's bit to bit. That's what's happening. So if it's louder with RCAs, well, that's a voltaged output. So yeah, it's gonna be louder. So you actually have to adjust the volume on channel 5 and 6 in the 608 to compensate for that, because you're asking the 608 to do all your processing. So your DA in the 608 is what's doing all your conversion. It's not happening out of the radio. So the radio is literally just taking its bits, moving them down the line, and going, okay, the DM608 hopefully has a better processor than the Elevate.
What's up, Bobby?
Which it does. So yeah, they're all still one piece. You haven't hit a gain stage yet, so there's no gaining yet. The gain is going to be done at the 608 level. So you have to turn that up. You have to go into there and work it there. So that's what's happening. Bobby,
what's up, Bobby? Okay, so hang on this one.
My kicker will hand you a new key lock. Okay, maybe Kicker will hand you a new key lock to review on your show after Knowledge Fest. I want to see more on that piece. Okay, so Kicker key lock, the new Kicker key 500.1. Don't worry, we're going to go so deep into those two products that you guys are going to be like, I don't want to talk about Kicker anymore. Kind of like when we got back from Kicker and then all we did was talk about Kicker for like 2 months because it just kind of worked out that way. We have so much planned for those two products. We're going to tell you, we're going to go all the way into those products and tell you all kinds of fun stuff. So yes, we're on a short list. As soon as they become available, they're going to get them to us. We might even have Joe fly in to talk about them. So
that'll be cool.
Don't worry. Once you will know so much about, you guys will all be experts on that piece. You guys will be telling your friends. You'll be like, no, let me explain to you how this actually works, because we're gonna share with you so much information on that. You guys are gonna be the experts. Everyone that watches this channel is gonna be smarter than anyone that doesn't, as far as that product is concerned. So have no fear.
All right. Have they made an adapter for Sirius XM radio antenna for a factory RAM to an aftermarket radios? If so, is there a site?
Actually, the SAT1 should work.
It should work, yeah.
Yeah, so
it depends what year is the RAM.
Yeah, I mean, but it's always been, it's the same Fokker antenna. Right. So, I mean, every single radio has a Fokker. Try the SAT1. You can get a SAT1, SAT1, Pack makes one, and iData both make one. It's the same thing. It's the exact same product. It's about 6 inches long. Has a Fakra style antenna adapter on one end, and then the Sirius XM Fakra style antenna adapter on the other end. So.
All right, Mike. Have a great night.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mike. Where are we at? Oh my God, we're at time.
Where? Oh,
Jason,
wow.
what happened?
You're already past the time.
We're past the time. We're gonna hit the road, guys. It's Monday night. It's been fun. It's been real. Thank you, AudioControl, for sponsoring this show and bringing us cool products like the new volume control and, of course, the LC2i and soon to be released the new LC2i Pro, which is gonna make everyone's life so much easier because the AccuBase light is built into it. If you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about, definitely go back and check out the LC2i Pro video where we also talked about the LC1. Oh my gosh, so much fun there. And also, don't forget, if you haven't watched our trip to AudioControl, make sure you go watch it. It's only a half hour long. Yep. See how cool AudioControl is.
That's right.
And leave a constructive comment. Don't just say it was awesome. Leave an actual comment because that's going to put you in line to win the LC 1.800 limited edition, custom autographed by as many people as we could. And the winner will be announced when we get back in February from the Knowledge Fest, California, Long Beach. So that's it for tonight.
Yeah.
My screen says 54 minutes. You were late. Mine says an hour and 5 minutes, man. Thanks for answering all the questions. We try so hard. Everyone, we'll be back tomorrow on Instagram with 5 minutes of 5-star. We can show you the conclusion of, or at least as far as we got on the Twitter when we go on, as well as Saturday. We'll be back Saturday. Can't wait.
Bye.